Please welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strada. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos and leave commentaries and also educate each and every one of ours, you guys are the real MVP. So guys, so lovelies, there is one good thing about all of the things that is happening with deportation, especially from Cuban Americans. You know, when you actually thought that you can never be deported or you are so special, the reality comes knocking at your door. That is exactly what is happening to Cubans and this other guy I'm about to stitch his video. I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of all the stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video, and let's dive into it.
Like, how are you guys handling this? Because I can't. Like, they are hunting us down like animals. Like, and are you all okay with this? Just because we look this way? Just because of our names? Like, what? I'm so angry. Like, there is so much rage watching those videos of raids in construction sites, like on the street, and by Proud Boys, by white supremacists. They're hunting us down because we look this way, because we speak this way, because we go like, I don't understand how people are still defending this man. Like, I don't get it. Make me understand. Because I cannot wrap my head around you hunting people down because they look the way they look. Like, what?
Now at 10, ICE operations continue in San Antonio. For a second day in a row, agents are seen arresting migrants at immigration court.
And look at this scene on the northwest side. 3 people who appear to be part of a landscaping company. They were taken into custody in this parking lot of the shopping center. Tonight, KENS 5 reporter Megan Reyna is following all these developments for us. Megan?
Well, Henry Easties, this is part of the Trump administration's push for mass deportations. We heard from 2 immigration attorneys who watched as their clients were taken into custody today after they showed up to their scheduled immigration hearings.
Crying out, "I don't want to die in Honduras," an emotional mother taken by ICE agents at immigration court Thursday. Another mother also placed in the same van. Her husband says she has no prior criminal history.
Mis hijas esperándolos en la casa. 6 niñas tengo, dependen de nosotros.
But like most arrested, she had just had her case dismissed by a judge.
We were requesting a merits hearing, and the judge declined to set a merits hearing because DHS asked for the case to be dismissed and the client to be ordered removed, saying that it was not in the government's interest to hear a full case.
These videos shared to us show agents in the lobby of the immigration court waiting for migrants, one agent even holding what appears to be a list with pictures. Shortly after, you see agents escort an entire family into a charter bus. ICE says these arrests are a part of the Trump administration's plans to reverse former President Biden's so-called catch-and-release program. They are now utilizing expedited removals. It allows them to fast-track deportations for people who have been in the country for less than 2 years. These arrests are evoking fear among people who have upcoming hearings. One attorney who's representing a man from Central Africa says the option for migrants to appear virtually for hearings appears to be gone. Her client also had his case dismissed.
I feel like we portraying people who is here with credible fears. Just knowing his story, I feel like I let him down.
But
I thought they said they were going after criminals. Those are babies. Those are children, mothers, landscapers. These immigrants are showing up to their immigration appointments trying to stay in this country the right way. And how do they get rewarded for being upstanding, doing things the right way? They get set up and they get deported. Of course, they lied when they said you get to stay if you do things the right way and you're not a criminal. These are innocent babies between the ages of 9 and 12 being zip-tied like criminals, while an actual criminal, 34-time felon rapist, leader of our country, is pardoning other criminals, the cop-killing J6ers and Todd and Julie Chrisley. This is what a lot of you Mexicans and Latinos voted for. Not only are you failures, you are the biggest danger to yourselves, your own family, and your community. What an absolute disgrace you are, MAGA Latinos. They are rapidly deporting Black and brown people, many who are indigenous to this continent, while simultaneously importing white supremacists from South Africa, which is an entirely different continent for those who don't know.
I can't do them anymore. I can no longer create videos on immigration. I get a lot of tags on immigration videos. The problem is, it's affecting me mentally. I think about it constantly. I don't just create the video, I live it. Like right now, the picture of those children with their hands zip tied cannot escape my mind. It's what I've been thinking about for the last 3-4 days. And I feel like we're powerless, because even if we create videos and call attention and awareness, nothing happens. I created a video in the Spanish account, and it was a silly video. It was just me singing to a song or something, and someone left me a message and said, "Wow, this is so unlike you. I follow you because you do a lot of political views and you raise awareness on what's going on with immigration." And I said, we're all mentally tired. Creators are mentally tired. We're exhausted because every day something worse happens than the day before. You know, last week was a mother crying because her children from school were not going to be able to be picked up because she was being arrested. A couple of days ago, a mother was passing out as her 8-year-old is telling her mom, "It's okay, I'm here." Little did he know that he may not be able to see his mother for years. So every day, something new happens, worse than the day before. So if you see me doing something completely out of my norm, I'm taking a mental break.
I have an important update on the person behind me, the neighbor who was detained by ICE outside of the courthouse in San Antonio, and how we may still be able to help her, but time is of the essence. As I mentioned in my video, she was released yesterday with an ankle monitor. Because she has that ankle monitor for the next 30 days until her next court hearing to defend herself, she cannot work. As of right now, this is how much has been paid. $1,500 for bail and $3,000 for the ankle monitor, because she has to pay for the ankle monitor that she's wearing. That is not something free that she gets to wear. Because she is wearing an ankle monitor, she cannot work, which causes a problem, because if she can't work, she can't pay for legal services, which is where I need your help, and just stick around to watch the rest so I can give you the explanation. The money that I'm able to generate from this video will be donated to a legal fund to be able to help her defend herself so she can stay with her children. Otherwise, there is a high likelihood that her children will be taken away from her while she is deported and placed into the foster care system. Today is Friday, May 30th. According to the community, there will be a gathering at a church here in San Antonio where they're going to come up with a game plan. At that point, they will create a GoFundMe for her. I will share that GoFundMe as soon as it is created. It is supposed to be created on Saturday, May 31st. As soon as it's out there, I will post a video about where you can go to donate if you want to or are able to donate. If you are unable to donate, that is totally fine. Just watching this video is more than enough. If you can just please share it and get the word out, because anything that I generate from this video, I want to be able to donate to this legal defense fund, because we're looking at roughly anywhere from about $7,000 to $10,000 that needs to be come up in the next 30 days to be able to pay a lawyer to be able to help her defend herself in court. I am not going to be running the GoFundMe. The GoFundMe will be run by a local church who is helping her with this case. The goal of all of this is to be able to make sure she can keep her family together, she can stay in the United States, and make sure she can defend her case fairly. If you've made it this far into the video. I cannot thank you enough for watching it all. Drop a comment letting me know what is your favorite kind of taco, and that's all you got to do. Share it, save it, favorite, whatever you want. That also helps and is completely free. Like I said, anything that I generate, I will donate to this legal fund. Thank you for your help. I'm also going to be publishing this video in Spanish, so be ready for that if you prefer to have this in Spanish.
If you support Trump and you're one of those people that get your rocks off seeing kids and mothers being separated and see their kids crying and see the children being put in hamstrings, and you get your rocks off on it saying this is what I voted for, you're nothing but racist ass, coward ass pigs. That's what you are. This is why this country will never be great, because of people like you. Racist ass scum pigs. Period. Any decent human being would not cheer for things like that. Period. Any real Christian would not cheer for stuff like that. You're nothing but cowards, fake patriotism. Wrap yourself up in this fake ass patriotism that you do, and then go to church and pretend you're a Christian. Get the fuck out of here. Racist ass, disgusting human beings.
Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying your Sunday. I know I am. Church was amazing. Now I'm back home in my chill zone, just relaxing on a beautiful Sunday. But while I'm sitting out here relaxing, I was thinking about something I heard over the weekend, and that was that the Supreme Court upheld Donald Trump stripping away the humanitarian parole from 500,000 people. Yep. They gave him the right. They gave him the green light. So now he gets to strip away the humanitarian parole rights from these people that was protecting them from deportation. But the even more interesting part of that story is that guess who was like the first country that fell up under that? The first country that was listed was Cuba. So, isn't that ironic? Because Cubans in Florida alone, Florida statewide, they voted for Trump 70%. They voted 70% Trump. Now nationwide, the American Cubans, they voted 54% in favor of Trump. Right? So you had this overwhelmingly support from the American Cubans. That means overwhelmingly they voted and ushered this season in upon themselves. And that precious humanitarian parole was something that they held near and dear, because it held them above other standards of other immigrants, right? Because they had that status, they didn't have that worry. So they just knew that they were protected as they were going into those booths to vote 70% Trump in Florida. Now, fast forward to today. Trump honors and thanks you for your 70% support, for your 54 nationwide percent support. He honors and thanks you for that overwhelmingly support by stripping away the very thing that kept you here. That kept you not just here, but kept you here safe. So safe to the point that you thought that it would get you special treatment. You thought it would set you aside from the ones that you thought he was talking about. Yeah. It's eerie to the point how much support he had to do this to you. That's the eerie part. You overwhelmingly voted for him to do this to you because you thought you were hiding behind one little title, that left you immune to everything that you knew he was going to do. And you can't say you didn't know he was going to do it, because he ran on it. Every rally had mass deportation signs all over the freaking place. He never missed a rally. He never did a rally without harping on his his bloody mass deportation. And you better believe it's bloody. It's just not being shown, because the tattoos and the body marks that they're showing with these mask-covered ICE agents, look at those tattoos. They're tied to white supremacist groups. He has let his people go on you. That's why it's so quiet. That's why you haven't heard anything from any of them. You know why? They're too busy being sent out on ICE patrol. They're being distributed all throughout the country to be ICE agents. And now they're living their wildest fantasy. I heard one young Cuban woman came on saying they're out here hunting us like animals. They really are. They really are. But what the really sad part about it is 70%. In one state, 70% ushered this in. Nationwide, it was still over half of y'all ushered this in, because over half of you were not thinking about your community. Over half of you were not thinking about your people. Over half of you were not thinking about your own families, friends, your communities. You weren't thinking about that. You were thinking about self. You thought you would stay tuckly behind that fence, and it did. They wouldn't. You good because you got here the right way, because you know you got the humanitarian parole. You ain't that ain't your worry. So you went ahead and you voted because you thought it would not personally affect you, but you did not care how it would affect your people, your community. And now your community is, lashing out at us when they really should be lashing out at you. You brought this upon them. We didn't do it. We voted against 92, 80. We voted against mass deportations. Well, y'all went as far as voting 70% for mass deportations. Let that sink in. And once y'all deal with those inside traitors, once y'all handle them, once y'all show that smoke to them, maybe we will listen to something you have directed toward us. But right now, while you sitting up here getting your anger and your resentment and your frustration and your hatred out, and you just lashing it out at us, we ain't even trying to hear it. It's not affecting us. It's not piercing 1 inch, because we know. It's just like they said, when you know you didn't do something to a person, when you know you ain't did nothing to a person, you don't have to worry about how that person feel about you. We know we didn't do this to y'all. Our numbers speak for themselves. Can you say the same? Can you say the same? And if you can't, you need to redirect your energy. You need to redirect your comments. You need to redirect your anger. This was a self-inflicted wound from your community. Our community did everything we could to protect you from this. But you're so much better than we are. You're so much more. We can't tell you anything because, you're too close to whiteness to listen to us. So you went out there on that limb and they chopped it off. So what you need to do, you need to get together with your own people. You need to quit getting on social media embarrassing yourselves, because everybody with a half a peace of mind know this was a self-inflicted wound. And until you got that energy for them, don't come over here. Don't come over here. Don't come over here, because you're going to get your feelings hurt. But what you need to do is y'all need to go do some serious self-reflecting, and y'all need to deal with y'all own inner hate toward each other. Because it was a lack of care. It was a lack of love for their own that let them go in there and voted the way they voted. So until y'all deal with that, don't worry about what's going on around here. We ain't worried about it. We were the only one. We were the only group that went in unanimously, overwhelmingly, 10 toes downly. We were the only ones. We ain't got time for it. We don't even want to hear it. We out here line dancing. We out here stocking up. We out here doing what we got to do. So I suggest y'all do the same. Anyway, before I get out of here, just one quick question. Cubans, the one that was voting for Donald Trump, yeah. Is it great again yet? Just asking for a friend.
Like, seriously, Lovelace, in as much as all of the things that is happening was as a result of your self HAT. There are some words I don't really like pronouncing here, the guidelines and all of that. Okay. But I just like the fact that everything that is happening though it's affecting other people, but it's affecting the majority of people who actually voted for this administration. I am talking about Cubans. I'm talking about every other, minority group that contributed with what is going on, and now everyone is seeing the repercussion of their own action, the repercussion of what you brought upon yourself. Like, you don't have anyone to blame right now. You only have yourself to blame. You don't have black people to blame because, if I can remember, 92% of black women, they did what they thought was right, while 80% of black men did exactly what they thought was right. Then every other minority group, be it Cuban, do you know that they goes as far as to like compose these we birds? Like, anytime I see any form of F4 or FA, any FA4, I keep on, singing this favorite song written by Cubans. I keep on trying to, summarize, keep on singing, because they actually brought this upon themselves. Even with the acts that, gives you the ability to apply for residency, you don't have that right anymore. You gave all your rights away. You confidently, with your full chest, gave all your rights away. You know, these people were so brainwashed, they were allowed to be brainwashed, because I wouldn't come here to defend anyone, which I know deep inside of me that these people saw the handwriting on the wall. They saw that this man, no, 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 is not going to do anything for you. But no, they were so blinded. They thought that maybe because they are a white person, they are exceptions. They thought that this man was going to come for people that looks like me, people that have my kind of, like the real melanated people. They forgot that if someone is selfish or a narcissist, this person does not really care about you. You know, this man is not even going ahead to deport all the undocumented migrants or people who commit crime. Even if you in particular, you are legal, you are not an exception. I saw a video 2 days ago which I stitched on my second channel, Belly Stick Cheese. Lovelies, please check out that channel, support your girl on Belly Stick Cheese. When I saw that stitch, I was like, this man was actually going for a hearing. So she's actually doing the right thing. She's doing the right thing, going for a hearing that will give her the privilege to stay in a country legally and all of that. But all of a sudden, ICE people raged there and took her away. Took her away even when she was still doing the right thing. This is to show you that these people do not care about you. They don't care if you're legal or illegal. What they want you is to get out. Like, they want you to leave, to go back to where you're coming from. And it's so disappointing that you did this. You contributed. You brought this upon yourself. You have no one to blame. You have no black people to blame. I saw where she was like, help me. Help. Nobody's going to help you. Black people cannot go out there to do anything. They are also trying to fix their own, community. Now it's just you have to fix your thing by yourself. No one is going to come to help you. And I'm so sorry that you actually brought this upon yourself and upon your entire household. You know, next time when you want to actually do something, try to leave sentiment aside. Try to okay, leave the fact that I'm going to pass because I'm a white person. No, they don't care. If you're not nobody, Snow White, why? They don't care about you. Not all, because I've seen good numbers of people, yeah, bank collective, I've seen good numbers of them. And that is the fact. Anyway, lovelies, wanna just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please, lovelies, if you don't subscribe to this channel up to this extent, your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button. Like, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one.